How do you say in Dutch, I can speak Dutch? You have no clue, no problem. I will teach you in this video.
Hallo.
Hello, I am the Flying Dutch teacher. Welcome to the marvelous world of Dutch modal verbs. And today we learn everything about the verb
Kunnen. Laten we gaan.
We use the PEIS methodology. First, in the pragmatic part, I'll show you a short text in which the verb
Kunnen
appears several times in a natural context. Next comes the explained part, where you'll learn how to conjugate
kunnen,
how to use it in affirmative sentences, negations, and questions. After that, in the interlingual part, we'll compare English and Dutch. You'll discover what both languages have in common and where they are different. Finally, in the systematic part, we'll summarize everything you've learned and practice with some exercises. That means you'll first learn a few phrases, and then you'll test your knowledge in a flash quiz. Pragmatic.
Hallo, ik heet Johan en ik woon in Amsterdam. Ik kan Nederlands en Engels spreken. Ik kan ook een beetje Spaans spreken. Ik kan geen Japans spreken, maar ik kan goed voetballen. Mijn zoon kan ook voetballen. Hij kan niet goed zwemmen. Dat is mijn vrouw, Danny. Zij kan goed onderhandelen. Zij kan niet zwemmen. Morgen zijn wij vrij. Wij kunnen naar de bioscoop gaan. Wat kun jij goed? Wat kun jij niet goed? Ik kan goed schieten. Ik kan niet goed vangen.
First, let's create a conjugation chart. At the same time, we'll review the Dutch personal pronouns. First, let's write them down.
Ik, jij, u, hij, zij, het, wij, jullie, zij.
Now let's have a look at the Dutch modal verb
Kunnen.
I can.
Ik kan.
You can.
Jij kunt. Jij kan.
You can.
U kunt.
He, she, it can.
Hij kan. Zij kan. Het kan.
We can.
Wij kunnen.
You can.
Jullie kunnen.
They can.
Zij kunnen.
Interlingual.
Let's compare English and Dutch. Do you remember the question from the beginning? How do you say, I can speak Dutch?
Ik kan Nederlands spreken.
What can we see here? The sentence structure is very similar. Both languages start with the subject, followed by the conjugated modal verb. However, there is one important difference. In English, the infinitive comes directly after the modal verb, while in Dutch the infinitive always comes at the end of the sentence. Here another example, I can play football well.
Ik kan goed voetballen.
And what about negation? Pay attention. In Dutch, there are two ways to negate a sentence.
Geen, niet,
Is used to negate a noun. I cannot speak Japanese.
Ik kan geen Japans spreken.
Everything else is negated with
Niet.
she can't swim.
Zij kan niet zwemmen.
As we can see, the negation comes after the modal verb. In this case, the sentence structure is the same as in English. But what happens if there are more elements in the sentence? He can't swim well.
Hij kan niet goed zwemmen.
As we already know, in English the infinitive is usually placed directly after the modal verb. In this sentence, there is also a negation. In Dutch, however, the infinitive is always placed at the end of the sentence. This means that all the other elements of the sentence are placed between the conjugated modal verb and the infinitive. In English, on the other hand, these elements usually come after the infinitive. What about questions? Can you speak Dutch?
Kan jij Nederlands spreken?
Yes, I can speak Dutch.
Ja, ik kan Nederlands spreken.
In both English and Dutch, we simply switch the positions of the subject and the verb. In both languages, yes/no questions start with the verb. Now let's move on to the systematic review. Now we are going to learn some phrases with the karaoke style.
Karaoke? Hell yeah.
That means that you'll hear first a phrase in English and then you'll hear the translation 2 times.
And you have to repeat it.
I can speak Dutch.
Ik kan Nederlands spreken. Ik kan Nederlands spreken.
You can learn Dutch.
Jij kunt Nederlands leren. Jij kunt Nederlands leren.
He can play football well.
Hij kan goed voetballen. Hij kan goed voetballen.
She can negotiate well.
Zij kan goed onderhandelen. Zij kan goed onderhandelen.
We can learn Dutch.
Wij kunnen Nederlands leren. Wij kunnen Nederlands leren.
You can practice together.
Jullie kunnen samen oefenen. Jullie kunnen samen oefenen.
They can speak Dutch well.
Zij kunnen goed Nederlands spreken. Zij kunnen goed Nederlands spreken.
I hope you've been paying attention, because it's time to test your Dutch skills in a flash quiz. I will say a sentence in English, and then you'll have 6 seconds to say it in Dutch. After those 6 seconds, I'll tell you the correct answer. I can speak Dutch.
Ik kan Nederlands spreken.
You can learn Dutch.
Jij kunt Nederlands leren.
He can play football well.
Hij kan goed voetballen.
She can negotiate well.
Zij kan goed onderhandelen.
We can learn Dutch.
Wij kunnen Nederlands leren.
You can practice together.
Jullie kunnen samen oefenen.
They can speak Dutch well.
Zij kunnen goed Nederlands spreken.
You can like the video now.
Je kan de video nu liken. Wauw, ik kan nu echt Nederlands spreken.
How many sentences did you know? Write your answer in the comments. I'd also like to ask you to write a sentence using Kunnen in the comments. I'll correct it if necessary. Bedankt for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you haven't already. That way, I can keep creating more Dutch lessons for you. Which modal verb would you like to learn next? Write it in the comments. Tot ziens and goodbye.